Before Lancelot and Guinevere, before Camelot fell to pride and betrayal, there was a love story so powerful it burned through loyalty, honor, and fate itself. This is the legend of Tristan and Iseult, a knight, a princess, and a love that defied kings, but could never escape its curse. But what if I told you that their love wasn't born of choice, but of a mistake? A single sip from a goblet meant for another, a potion that turned duty into obsession and sealed both their fates before they even knew each other's names. Let's step into the shadows of early medieval Cornwall and Ireland, where kingdoms were fragile, swords settled differences, and love could be as fatal as steel. The story of Tristan and Iseult is one of the oldest and most influential medieval romances. Likely rooted in ancient Celtic mythology, it first appeared in written form in the 12th century, in the poems of Beroul and Thomas of Britain. Though it began as an independent legend, later versions wove it into the Arthurian cycle, with Tristan joining the Knights of the Round Table. It is a story of love, betrayal, and tragedy, but also of loyalty, honor, and fate. Different versions of the tale reflect different sensibilities. Beroul's version is raw and passionate, rooted in folk tradition and moral ambiguity, while Gottfried von Strasberg's later retelling leans into courtly elegance and idealized love. Each paints the lovers with a different brush, but both agree their fate was sealed from the start. It helped shape the medieval ideal of courtly love and influenced everything from Lancelot and Guinevere to Romeo and Juliet. Tristan was born in sorrow. His mother died in childbirth, and his father was slain before he was born. Orphaned and nameless, he was taken in by a loyal servant and raised in secret. When he came of age, he revealed his identity and returned to the court of his uncle, King Mark of Cornwall. Brave, noble, and skilled in arms and music, Tristan quickly became one of the king's most trusted knights. Cornwall was under threat from the Irish, who demanded tribute and sent a fearsome warrior Morholt to enforce it. No one dared face him, except Tristan. He challenged Morholt to single combat and slew him, but not without injury. A poisoned wound nearly killed him. In hope of healing, he sailed across the sea to Ireland, disguised and alone. There, at the court in Ireland, Tristan was nursed back to health by the king's daughter, Iseult of the golden hair. Neither knew the other's true identity. He was just a mysterious, noble stranger. And she, a vision of grace and fire, stirred something in him he couldn't name. But the truth came out. Iseult discovered he was the man who had slain her uncle, Morholt. Furious, she nearly killed him. But something stopped her. Pity, or perhaps something deeper. She let him go. Back in Cornwall, King Mark heard of the Irish princess's beauty and wanted her for his bride. Tristan, loyal to his king, offered to return to Ireland and win her hand on Mark's behalf. It was a dangerous mission, but Tristan succeeded. The Irish queen, Iseult's mother, approved of the match, but fearing her daughter would not love the Cornish king, she prepared a magic love potion to be drunk by Iseult and Mark on their wedding night. It would bind them together in eternal love and loyalty. But fate intervened. The potion was meant for King Mark and Iseult to share on their wedding night, a spell to ensure loyalty, love, and peace between their kingdoms. But aboard the ship, the queen's potion passed into the wrong hands. Some say they drank it by mistake, thirsty from the sea and unaware of its power. Others say it was a servant's error, or perhaps destiny in disguise. Either way, with one sip, their hearts were no longer their own. In an instant, their souls were intertwined. What began as duty became obsession, desire, devotion, a bond they could not control. When they reached Cornwall, Iseult still married King Mark, but the potion's power could not be undone. Tristan and Iseult became lovers in secret. Their passion burned brightly but dangerously, threatening to undo everything Tristan had fought to build. King Mark began to suspect the truth. Whispers crept through the court. Shadows lengthened in every hall. Eventually, the lovers were caught. In some versions of the legend, they flee into the forest and live as outlaws for a time, hiding in the wilderness and clinging to each other. But even there, they are not safe from guilt or fate. Eventually, Tristan leaves. Whether by force or regret, he departs Cornwall and wanders into distant lands. In some versions, he joins King Arthur's court and becomes a knight of the Round Table. In others, he tries to forget Iseult. He even marries another woman, Iseult of the White Hands, but his heart never leaves the first Iseult. Years later, Tristan is wounded again, a mortal wound this time. He sends for Iseult of the Golden Hair, knowing only she can save him. He instructs the messenger, if she agrees to come, raise white sails on the ship. If she refuses, black sails. But when the ship returns, Tristan's jealous wife lies. She tells him the sails are black. Tristan, believing his love has abandoned him, dies of heartbreak. Moments later, Iseult arrives. She finds him dead and dies beside him. They are buried side by side. From their graves, 2 trees grow, twisting and twining together, impossible to separate. Some say they still grow, forever entwined. Their story lives on because it captures something eternal. The tension between love and duty, the danger of passion, the sorrow of lives that almost, but never quite, found peace. Tristan and Iseult laid the foundation for centuries of love stories. From the forbidden desire of Lancelot and Guinevere to the star-crossed fate of Romeo and Juliet. And now, you know the secret that began it all. A single sip, a mistake, a love potion meant for another. If this tale moved you or made you think, there are more to come. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel for more ancient legends, stirring tales and forgotten heroes. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. And remember, love is sometimes the most dangerous magic of all. Until next time.